It's pure presidential poetry, but the biggest thing is that it's doubling down on our original promise made by Thomas Jefferson 7 years before, that all men were created equal. But you have to go, oops, because Thomas Jefferson owned more than 100 human beings and didn't see the contradiction or the hypocrisy, and more importantly, didn't see fit to free any of them in his lifetime. And 5 years later, there were 4 million Americans owned by other Americans. So what Lincoln is saying after the worst battle in American soil in the entire history of North America, he's saying we really do mean all men are created equal, that out of this suffering, out of this death, we can have a new birth of freedom. He wrote our new catechism. He gave us marching orders that we're still operating under today. When the first anniversary of 9/11 happened, one of the few bits of English words spoken, besides the terribly sad, desperately sad list of the dead, was Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. It had nothing to do with 9/11, but it had everything to do with the glue that we needed to try to cohere.
We've got about 2 minutes left. What better way to end this interview than to hear you reciting the Gettysburg Address?
Okay.
Off you go.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a battlefield, etc., etc.
It is inspiring.
It is amazing, and he uses the word here 7 times, in which we hear resolve, that we dedicate here. He's sort of saying, look at it here, look where we are. We're not, the world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. I mean, it's amazing that in some ways the suffering and the death has been obliterated and the words have remained, and that's where the great power. This is a country in which words matter. We were formed on words, not formed by religion, not by conquest, not by economy, not by geography. We were formed because we agreed to subscribe to some